Welcome back to my closet. Feel a little off today. I'm not sure why. I have some hives. I won't show you where that's at. You don't need to know. It would be a little TMI. So maybe that's it? Maybe it was the bad burrito I ate yesterday. It was good going in. Going out was a different story. I don't know though. What could it be? Oh, I get it now.
I kind of feel like I'm in the Twilight Zone here. So some time ago, my mother and I went to go shoot some film. And by mother, I mean Jason. And by Jason, I don't have to keep playing this game. So he was like, bro, I got this thing called Lomochroma Metropolis. And I was like, Metropolis? Am I saying that right? Sounds like something I would shoot. So I went to my local store and picked some up. So it's a new film from Lomochrome, and everyone's super jazzed hands about it. Which is, kind of cool. New film coming out. It's pretty exciting, especially when everyone was like, film's dead, and you're like, no, it's not. It's living in my heart, right here. Will always be here, inside me, forever. So, I was like, bro, let's do it. Let's rock and roll these. The case is kind of cool. It's this baby shit green. That's one of my favorite colors. Like most of their Lomochrome films, it can be shot from 100 to 400 ISO. Yeah, but like, a lot of films can be shot within that range, so are they touting something special here? I mean, I guess color negative 100 doesn't say shoot from 100 to 1 billion. There's probably a reason for that. Like the purple Lomochrome or the teal, if you've ever gotten your hands on that, those also have an ISO range of 1 to 400. Apparently, if you shoot this at different ISOs, you get different results. You can have a blue lady, or you can have a really desaturated model, or you can be at the beach. Those are the places you can shoot this at. Buildings, on top of buildings, and beaches. So we only got our hands on the 35mm version of this. Apparently there's also 120, 110, and 16 mil. I'd like to get my hands on some of that 16mm. Whew, sexy mumbo jumbo right there. So what did I end up shooting this Metropolis on? Well, I decided to choose my EOS 1N. I did a video review on this. This is the Canon EOS 1N. Pa, 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 pa. That got really close to the lens there. These two lenses could have kissed each other. You should check it out if you haven't seen it. And if you have, well, you already know why I chose it. And one thing you will have to know about this film is that it doesn't have a DX code. You shoot it from 1 to 400, so you choose. We're not gonna let the DX code tell you what to do. I mean, look how cool this is. Look how... So since it doesn't have a DX code, you gotta choose that yourself. Well, I'm very indecisive in life, so I choose straight down the middle of the road. I like walking down the middle of the road, so I was like, why don't I just walk down the middle of the road of this ISO range? Could be a car coming down the middle of the road just to take your shoes off right there. How I want to live. Living dangerously. So I chose 200 because I figured, why not?
You don't have that wide angle lens, dog.
Oh my god. I don't have a wide angle lens. Metropolis. Just kidding, I won't let her. It doesn't know what ISO it's gonna be. Guess what? I'm gonna give it an ISO. What am I gonna give it? I'm gonna go with 200. Yeah. No, I'm sorry. I don't mean to litter.
So naturally we went to Detali, or like most people say, downtown Los Angeles. I don't think anyone calls it Detali. That was just me. I'm the only one who calls it Detali. So Jason ended up coming over and we ended up walking all the way into downtown LA. Now I live in Chinatown, please don't stalk me. So it was not a bad walk. Other than that, I got a blister on my foot. So on the way into downtown, you have Chinatown, where I saw turtles. You also have this like little Mexican village where they sell little tchotchkes and have Mexican restaurants. So we stopped through there, took a few photos, found a few high contrast, beautiful images. We stumble upon some sort of dancing ceremony. That was kind of cool. So we ended up going to Union Station, where the Metro is. Wait, metro station? We went to the metro station to shoot Metropolis. See what we did there? So you just thought we were just random people talking out of kick. We're smart. We're really smart. You just chew on that for a bit.
It's a banger for sure.
But when we actually got there, the light was pristine. We timed it perfectly. The sun just hit in and just all over the faces. Just they have these nice little leather armchairs that people like to sit on, and they're just ripe for picture taking. So for the sun being perfect at this time, I had to utilize it. The light was hitting Jason so subtly on his cheek. So I had to take some sexy pics of him. I mean, what would you have done? You would have done the same thing. Don't tell me you wouldn't. You would have just whipped it out and be like, hey, what you doing after this? So after Union Station, then we ended up going into downtown. We ended up seeing the building from Blade Runner, which was really cool. Cool thing about downtown Los Angeles is there's a lot of sweet marquees and signs and just really awesome buildings. We ended up going to this place called Grand Central Market, which is a market that has just a bunch of different foods. So when a bunch of indecisive people get together and they don't want to go to one restaurant, they could go there. I want tacos, and the other guy's like, well, I want pizza. And you're like, well, no, but I want Thai food, which will never be as good as when I went to Thailand. Also, side note, as we were sitting there drinking our brewskis, Jason got hit on by a fan. A guy came up to Jason and was like, are you Grainy Days? And he looked at me and he's like, oh, cool. Well, nice meeting you, Jason. My name's Kayla. Hi. After walking around downtown for what seemed to be my entire life, we ended up leaving and walking all the way back to my house. I didn't want to take Uber. My feet weren't hurting as bad. So then I had to develop my film, put it through the lab box and spit it out. After developing and looking at everything, it was interesting. So there's a few characteristics of this film. This film has a very desaturated look. It does have high contrast. That's the thing that everyone likes about it. It's a different look for 2020. It doesn't seem to have the dynamic range as most pro films. The highlights actually seem to cut off pretty soon. So there's not a lot of headroom there with that. And there's not a ton of shadow detail in my opinion either. I feel like you have a limited range of exposure within that 100 to 400 range. The other thing I've kind of noticed is that there's a lot of grain pattern there. To be honest, it actually kind of looks like expired film. What if it is expired? What if they just found the film from Metropolis the movie, you know, the one that came out in 1927, and they just repackaged it, right? Wouldn't that be crazy? No way. That was shot in black and white. Part of me wishes I actually went to my lab here and had them develop it. I've been doing a lot of research recently about C41 and the Blix portion of the development. A lot of people say that if you separate the bleach and the fix, it actually gives you lower grain and a better image in general. Part of me wishes I didn't use the Blix on this so that I can see what it looks like from them. Also, I usually don't scan my negatives as a positive and invert in the computer. In this case, I feel like it gave me more dynamic range, a better negative to start from if I did that. The other thing actually I noticed about Metropolis, which I think is really cool, is it kind of is throwing your film into a bleach bypassed look. So when I was in downtown, I also decided to shoot some Portra and do a bleach bypass look as well. I have to actually do some more testing with it, but bleach bypassing is kind of the pain in the ass. So if you just shoot Metropolis, you got a cool look. Overall, I'm actually pretty stoked about this type of film because it's new and exciting, gets me going. I'm actually really excited to shoot it in 120. I think because that maybe will give me a tighter grain pattern. I also really want to try to shoot it in all the other formats. I think that's it. I think that's... It's gone. I mean, you have everything you want right there, you know? You have me, Jason, Metropolis. You got a good switcheroo. No one saw that coming. So, I think the real question is do I feel better for my burrito yet? Well, join me next time when Fritz Lang and I go to another futuristic urban dystopia land and take some photos there. Maybe we'll go to China. Too soon? Maybe too soon. Bye!